Greetings, Lucky Legends. My name is Lucky. This is LuckyLadTV. I'm your host for this video. And thorns. This is the UU bulky method, as you can see by the layout. That was already up there. And magic coat. This is Florges. Florges is notorious for being one of the most annoying special walls ever. Why? Well, it has 154 base special defense. It's really high. And when you make it a calm nature, I believe that's what it is. Yes, a calm nature. It has 185 HP fully invested with 226 special defense. That's absurd. This is my Florges. And as you can see, it has Magic Coat. What is Magic Coat? Magic Coat essentially gives a Pokemon Magic Bounce. The ability Magic Bounce for one turn. You're probably wondering, why? and it's a good question. Magic Coat gives you Magic Bounce, which means that you reflect non-damaging moves. Stuff like Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, Stealth Rock, and Sticky Web. That's the big one right there, Sticky Web. This is the UU tier. Galvantula is on almost every team. I'm not using it because it's extremely frail, and I don't want an extremely frail Mon on my team. However, it's on most other teams, because Sticky Web is amazing. It lowers every Mon on your opponent's speed by 1. By one stage. If you have a Choice Scarf, it basically makes it so that you don't have a Choice Scarf. Unless you levitate or fly, it's going to slow you down. And that's a huge problem when you want to maintain momentum in a match. As you saw in my battle against Nips, not the live battle, link in the description down below, there's a video called Time for a Rematch Nips, or something along those lines. The team that I used in that battle is a bulky method team, and as you saw, I maintained momentum throughout the match. I made careful switches. None of my Mons went down. That was a 6-0 in my favor. I love Nips, but I like referencing that because it shows how I like to build teams and how I like to battle. And as you can see here, I have my Magic Coat. It basically gives me the Mega Sableye Magic Bounce for one turn. Up in OU, I don't worry about Galvantulas as much. They could still pose an issue, however, Mega Sableye is fat as hell. It's so fat. Like, the fattest. And it has Power Gem for the Galvantula, so I'm not worried about taking on a Galvantula. It also has Recover. But this is Thorns, because every rose has its thorn. So this is Thorns, our Florges. That's what it's called. And I'm going to run everything except for Magic Coat is going to be standard. And then Wish. It's a Cleric with Magic Coat. I'm going to be emphasizing Magic Coat a lot because it's an excellent Stealth Rock counter. It's an excellent Sticky Web counter. That's the main thing right there. I'm still going to have a Rapid Spinner on this team. It's important to do that. However, Magic Coat. If I can reflect my Sticky Webs back onto my opponent, that'll be very helpful for me. However, that said, I do need a spin blocker on this team. I do need something to set up my own Stealth Rocks. I don't feel the need to set up Sticky Webs because my team's not going to be that fast. That's the thing about the bulky method. You don't worry about speed that much. However, Florges is weak to Poison and Steel. You need a Steel type to counter that. When I think of a fat Steel type, one Mon that really comes to mind, and that's Mega Agron. As you're about to see, Mega Agron is absurdly fat. Absurdly. And the reason I love Mega Agron is because it has Filter, which means that the 3 types that it is weak to, Fire, Ground, and Fighting, it only takes 3/4 damage from, which is really nice. It really helps with the bulky aspect of the bulky method, obviously enough. And what am I going to name you? Juggernaut. You look like a Juggernaut. Of course, you need the Agronite. Make it male. Not shiny. That's disgusting. And you're gonna have Stealth Rock, and you're gonna be. It's Agron. It's Agron. I would run Heavy Slam. I'm not as comfortable with it as I am with Iron Head. I'm aware I'm not going to get any flinches. That said, I still like it. I am also going to run Thunder Wave. Speed control I don't need it, but it will be a very nice thing to have, given that, as I said before, this is not a very fast team. It's fat. Not too fast. Just fat. As for its last move, I don't have anything specific that I want to give it. Because, like I said, this core right here is disgusting. Agron can eat up Earthquakes. Believe it or not, he can also eat up Close Combats, and he can eat up Flare Blitzes. And Thorns can eat up Earth Powers, it can eat up Flamethrowers, and it can eat up Focus Blasts. Or Aura Sphere. Either one. As for its investment, max HP, max physical defense. Like I said, it's the relatively standard Agron. I'm not really worried about it taking physical hits. It can eat those up for days. It doesn't get recovery, however, I can Wish Pass to it. Nice and fat. But as I was saying, its last move I'm going to leave empty for now. The reason being, there's a few different moves that I might want to give it. Like I said, it's weak to ground, it's weak to fighting, and it's weak to fire. I could give it Ice Punch to deal with ground types. I could give it... I actually think it learns air... Yeah, it learns Aerial Ace, so I could do that for flying types. I could give it Earthquake to deal with fire types. I could give it Aqua Tail. That would deal with water and ground types. Sorry, fire and ground types. Like I said, I'm not too worried about giving it a move just yet. However, you're not gonna... This screen is gonna freeze for a second. The reason being, I'm going over to my Team Magma team builder because I want to start setting up my team. Last time I did it without the team builder and it went fine. I didn't have any unchecked weaknesses. However, I like having this. It makes it a little more reliable for me. Agron. Make Agron. Selectability, filter. And Florius resists fighting. I still wouldn't really want it to take a close combat because its physical defense is not that great. However, ground and fire, we have issues with that. There's no one type that resists both of those. That's the issue. Fire is a great attacking type. But we need something to deal with that. I need a Levitator. I also need something to block Rapid Spin, as I was saying before. But let's check out our Levitate Pokemon first. And we of course have, you know, the usual mons. We have Duskull, which doesn't count, obviously. We have this Magius. It has great special defense, but we already have a special wall. Something to resist fighting. Resist immune to ground. Well, flying type immediately, because it's immune to ground, and it resists fighting. It's immune to ground, resists fighting. Crobat double resists it, but it doesn't resist the fire. Aerodactyl is extremely frail. I'm just looking at the mobs that are right in front of my face. Salamence, actually not too frail. It's double weak to ice. However, we have Juggernaut to resist, and Thorns can take any special hit, period. I'm not worried about it. Between Wish and its natural bulk, it can take any special hit I need it to. I'm really not worried about it. As for flying types, there's a lot to choose from. Mantine, that's really just a special wall. Rotom Fan doesn't resist the fire. We have Togetic, which is another fairy type. Don't want that. Crobat would work, it just doesn't resist. It double resists the fighting, and it's immune to the ground, which is really nice. That said, it doesn't get a good poison stab, and it's still weak to the fire. Is there any water types with Levitate? Aside from Rotom Wash, because that's not in the tier that we're using. Granted, that's unfortunate, but there's not really anything I can do about it. Jellicent is immune to the fighting, resists the fire, gives us a water immunity. It's not resistant to the ground, but I'm not worried about that, because I'll get a Levitate Pokemon in here next. I'm just not worried about it. I'm going to go with the Jellicent. I'm going to give it the Water Absorber. I'm going to bring it to level 50. And Jellicent is not a fan of knockoff. It's not. In case you're wondering why, it's because it's a ghost type, which also gives us our rapid spin blocking that I was talking about earlier. I'm going to give it 4, a minus right there. This is a move that I don't actually, no, I'm not gonna. Originally I was thinking about giving it Water Spout. It's not really necessary. Scald, Recover, and Will-O-Wisp. As for your item, a Citrus Berry will work very nicely. Basically my mindset with this Mon was it'll block the Rapid Spin, which is really nice. Hold on one sec, I'm adding it to the Team Magma team builder. It gives us a Ghost weakness, an Electric weakness, and we still have the Ground weakness. Ghost, Electric, and Ground. So we need a Grass type, actually, which is kind of interesting. So, because Grass types are notoriously, they have 5 weaknesses. Just, Grass has 5 weaknesses. It's horrible. But anyway, I give it Scald twice. We have Scald, Shadow Ball, Recover, Will-O-Wisp. What am I going to name you? Pringles. Pringles! Or you know what, better yet, I'm just going to name you Monopoly. Monopoly. M-O-N-O-P-O-L-Y space G-U-Y. That fits. Monopoly guy. So that's the Monopoly guy. We need a Grass type now. Preferably one that resists Dark, which may be a little bit difficult. Grass. Sorry, that resists Ghost. Or Dark. Both. Because we have... How do we not have a Dark weakness? Florges resists Dark. I didn't think about that. So right now, what I'm really worried about is the Ground, the Ghost, and the Electric. Ground, Ghost, and Electric. So Grass immediately. However, I do need something that resists Ghost. And Ghost is also a really good offensive type. Normal is the only thing that really deals with it. Dark covers it as well. However, there are no... Dark is a frail type. Just naturally, it is a frail type. I could go with the Trevenant. Sorry, not the Trevenant, the Chestnut. And I think I will. I'm going to go with the Chestnut. This thing also looks like a Juggernaut. I'm going to name you... Whiskers. I don't know why. I'm naming you Whiskers. Bring it down to level 50. I'm going to make you female. I love shiny... Okay, that didn't work properly. I mean, it's... Why does it look like you're shrinking? Why are you shrinking? Stop shrinking. Okay, I'm just going to make it say that it's not shiny. There's not really anything I can do about it. Drain Punch. I wish you got Horn Leech, but that would be kind of OP. Drain Punch. Seed Bomb. First stab. I'm going to add you in over Shaw. Chestnut. That's what it's called. I'm going to call that thing the wrong name so many times. I'm going to give it Bulletproof. For obvious reasons. It's another fire weakness. We need a Flash Fire user. It's also a double flying weakness. Not a fan of that. Can we even fit a double flying weakness in here? I know Juggernaut can eat up flying hits, but still. I can't go with the chest on. I have to get rid of it. Ghost types. What deals with ghost types? Well, come here, Mr. Phone. Well, what resists ghost? Not much. I think it's only dark, which is kind of scary. And like I said, I don't mind these being long at all, because I want you to go... This is what happens every time I build a team. Normal and dark, that's it. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because dark types are notoriously frail. They just are. And I need a ground and an electric immunity. Hydreigon works! It does. It's a double fairy weakness. But we can deal with that, because that's our only unchecked weakness right now. Hydreigon works. That's because Thorns can eat up fairy hits for days. You don't resist fairy. I thought it did. Well, Juggernaut can too. Mostly physical hits though. Hydreigon, what am I going to give you? That's a good question. We have leftovers, we have citrus. Roost. Dragon Pulse. Dark Pulse. U-turn probably for switch initiative. Go away. Go away. Yeah, I have to go with the U-turn. Switch initiative is a very powerful thing. I would love to give it the Assault Vest, but I want the Roost on there. Because Roost is good. Roost is good. There's no way around it. Roost is good. Make you male. I'm going to name you Trigun. And we still need a Rapid Spinner. I have an idea. Whoops. I'm going to give you... What item am I going to give you? I really have no idea. And my idea wouldn't work now that I'm thinking about it. Your item! Why can't I find a good item for you? Safety goggles. That'll work. That'll protect me from stupid bullshit. You know what I'm talking about. Spore. From Amoonguss. I hate Amoonguss. I hate Amoonguss so much. I'm actually going to max out your special attack. I want you to hit like a monster. Because you're literally a monster. I want you to hit like one. So it gives us a double fairy weakness. Fairy is resisted by steel. We already have one of those. It is resisted by... I actually have to check. It's resisted by poison. I know that. Fire, poison, and... a fire type we can probably deal with. I need to check real quick. A fire type works just fine on this team. I'm not going to use Arcanine. It was on my original bulky method. So what other fire types do we have? Darmanitan is frail. I know it looks like it wouldn't be with that HP stat, but it's frail. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It's frail. Chandelure. Good defense and special defense, but no HP. It's also another ghost type. Don't need that. Entei. It's Entei. It's Entei. Not really my mon of choice. Huh. Didn't think I would have this much trouble choosing a Firemon. Who knew? We could go with the... No, we cannot. Never mind. I was about to say we can go with Pyroar, but we can't. I love Arcanine, but I don't want to use it again. However, it would be different this time. I would be running a physical Pyroar because we already have 3 special attacking Mons on here. I could run the Arcanine. I really could. It would give us Intimidate, which is nice. We need a Rapid Spinner, though. We have a Spin Blocker, but we need a Rapid Spinner. Who could our Rapid Spinner even be? I think it's more important that we get one of those first. Because you need Rapid Spin. There's a chance that my opponent can still get rocks up on me. Donphan was on our last team. We just used him. Fortress is double weak to fire. However, but it doesn't attack. It doesn't do anything. Also, you need Ice Punch. Ice Punch. I also need some flying coverage. Which is kind of silly. Like, Crobat would actually be really nice here. Crobat would be really nice. I'm going to go double check on that, but I think Crobat would be really nice. It's another electric weakness, which I'm not really a fan of. But other than that, it works really well. And it also gives us another fairy resistance, which I like. However, a fire type would do that as well. And Crobat would take care of the second ground weakness that we get from the fire type. It wouldn't give us a Rapid Spinner, though. That's the issue, is that we have no Rapid Spinning right now. It also wouldn't take care of our electric weakness, meaning a fire type wouldn't. Fortress is... it doesn't do anything, that's the problem. Finding a Rapid Spinner's gonna be an issue. Tentacruel, we already have a water type. I don't really want to double up on any typings. We can go with Hitmontop. Hitmontop Rapid Spins, and it's got really nice neutral bulk to it. It takes hits. What would that do for the chart though? Hitmontop. Oh my lord, that completely ruins our fairy. We're barely dealing with fairies right now. Let me rephrase that. We're not even dealing with fairies right now. That would make it even worse. We wouldn't be able to handle it like that. Who else? Rapid Spins. Blastoise Rapid Spins, but that's another electric weakness. We have... I may have to go with this bitch. Fortress. It's just... it doesn't do anything. It really bothers me. Every other mon on this team does something. Thorns, that's support. Amazing support. Juggernaut gets up our rocks and has speed control. Monopoly burns shit and hits hard with Scald and Shadow Ball. Trigon hits like a monster and gives a switch initiative. I need a Rapid Spinner though. I need something to say, hi rocks, get the fuck out of here. Donphan would actually work nicely, but I literally just used him. I don't want to do that. I gotta look up who learns Rapid Spin. Because I am lost here. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am lost here. I think we're gonna end up dipping to a lower tier. Because there's a mon that I have in mind that Rapid Spins very nicely. know if we can go that far down, though. It's the only issue. Alright, I know you guys can't see this because I don't want to spoil it, but I want to see if this Pokemon would actually work. It does. And let me just check one thing real quick. That works. That works. Alright, we're doing it. So I'm grabbing the Arcanine. I'll fill that one out in just a second. But the Mon is Sandslash. One of the viewers, I can't remember exactly who it is. I think I want to check. I don't want to be that guy. I'm just gonna go check real quick. Go to my creator studio and look at my comments. Because I don't want to miss it. I feel like I remember who it is, but I don't want to get it wrong. Ruben Vinny. I thought that's who it was. Ruben Vinny, his favorite mon is Sandslash. So I'm actually going to name you... I think Vinny sounds better for Sandslash than Ruben does. That's just my opinion. And you are going to have an Assault Vest with Sand Rush, and you're gonna have Aerial Ace, because I guarantee you I can take somebody by surprise with that. And 130, bring it up to 135. Which means this needs to be 90, which means I think like 60. No, that's not enough. 80. That's not enough. 100. 108. 9. 110. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 116. I found it. And I'm gonna max out your attack, actually, because, you know, that's gonna be most of what you're doing. And 104, does that give you an odd number? It does. Okay. Aerial Ace, Rapid Spin, Earthquake, and I think I'm just gonna go, ooh, Knockoff. I was thinking something else, but it's getting Knockoff. I'm gonna make you male because I'm guessing that's male. I'm gonna make it shiny because it has a really cool looking shiny. And now we're gonna backtrack to Arcanine, bring you down to level 50. I'm going to name you Slam Puppy, because you're going to be an attacker also. You're not going to be stally like the last one. Well, the other one wasn't stally, but, you know, it did other stuff. I'm going to make you male. I'm going to give you an item called the Air Balloon. Air Balloon will be nice to have. I'm going to give you Flash Fire as well. I know you guys can't see this right now, and even the Air Balloon helps a little bit with the ground weakness because it gives us a second immunity. And this team is beautifully balanced. Go away, Mr. Bug. And you are going to be max attack. What? Yo, I slept way too much last night. You're going to be max attack. 4 in speed. You are going to have Close Combat. Ain't no problem with that. You're going to have the Extreme Speed. You are going to have the Flare Blitz. And another move. Wild Charge, because we don't have any electric coverage on this team. I'm very happy with this team. I really, truly am. We have Thorns, our leftovers. Flower Veil. It doesn't do anything. Wish, Magic Coat. That's the ticket. Magic Coat. Alright, Magic Coat, Moon Blasting Aromatherapy Florges. It is our special wall. It'll eat up special hits for days. We have Juggernaut. He is our Mega Agron with the filter. Stealth Rock, Iron Head, Thunder Wave for speed control, and Ice Punch. He will eat up physical hits for days. We have the Monopoly guy. Citrus Berry, Water Absorb, Scald, Shadow Ball, Recover, and Will-O-Wisp. He can burn stuff. Hit him with Shadow Balls, hit him with Scald. I'm actually thinking of running Hex. Just because I'm planning on my opponent being burned by Either Will-O-Wisp or Scald or Thunderwave. I'm giving it Hex. It'll also catch some people off guard. Words. So that is Monopoly Guy, our Jellicent. It's neutrally bulky. We have Trigon. It has good natural bulk. I'm not as worried about that. Max attack. Arcanine is such a good Pokemon. Flash Fire to absorb any fire hits. That's going to be the primary fire counter for my Mega Agron. Close Combat, Extreme Speed, Flare Blitz, and Wild Charge. It's going to be taking the recoil, which I'm not too happy about, but I can Wish Pass to it. That's the thing right there, is that I can Wish Pass to it. Well, you're also going to be taking Stealth Rock damage, potentially. Nah, I don't think you will. I'm not too worried about it. And then we have Vinny, named after Ruben Vinny, a great subscriber of mine who takes time to watch my videos, comment on them, keep the engagement going. I greatly appreciate it. Assault Vest with Sand Rush. Sand Rush is going to be completely irrelevant most of the time, would be my guess. Air Lace, Rapid Spin, Earthquake, Knockoff. I have no actual rock-type attacks on this team. However, I'm not worried about it because we don't have Charizard in this tier. Charizard's in OU. It is neutrally defensive with the addition of the Assault Vest with max attack. Like I said at the beginning of this video, speed control is not really what I'm worried about. We have a Wish Passer, we have Recover, and we have Aromatherapy. I'm not worried about maintaining health. Slam Puppy is the only one that I potentially see going down somewhat quickly. However, it has the air balloon, so I can switch in on an EQ and get a Wish. So I'm not too worried about it. And Vinny is actually probably going to come in clutch, because it only takes, I think, 1/16 from Stealth Rock. Yeah, it takes 1/16 from Stealth Rock, and it can Rapid Spin those away all day, every day. Monopoly Guy, Spin Blocker. Trigon gives us some really nice switch initiative with U-Turn, which I'm really looking forward to. And it's going to be our primary special attacking monster. Dark and Dragon, there's no single type that resists both of those. There may be a Mon that resists both of those, but I'm not sure. Well, Lucario off the top of my head. But it has Roost. I forgot about Roost. We have Roost, we have Recover, we have Wish. We're not getting taken down that easily. And with the Thunder Wave, the Will-O-Wisp, Scald, we have Ice Punch, we have Flare Blitz, we have Wild Charge, we have a lot of really good ways of getting a status on my opponent, in which case Hex can come in and deal a lot of damage, especially with that modest nature on Monopoly Guy. But we also have safety goggles on Trigon, which is pretty cool, because I don't have to worry about Spore from a Moongus. So I hate a Moongus. But with that, I want to thank you guys so very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. It is very much greatly appreciated. But with that, I'm going to get about. Best luck to you out there. I will see you all soon. Goodbye.